Good evening, everyone. I would like to call the City Caucus meeting to order for Monday, May 24th, 2021. We have 9 items for original consideration. If the clerk can please read item number 1.
Item number 1 for final consideration, an ordinance amending Chapter 248, the Administrative Code of the City of Schenectady related to off-road vehicles.
Discussing committee without objection on consent. Item number 2, if the clerk can please read.
Item number 2 for original consideration, a resolution calling for a public hearing to amend Chapter 183 of the City Code related to business certificates of use.
Discussing committee without objection on consent. Item number 3, if the clerk can please read.
Item number 3 for original consideration, a resolution authorizing the allocation of $25,000 in CDBG funding to SJTA partnership with Community Fathers Incorporated for youth training and employment program.
Discussing committee without objection on consent. Item number 4, if the clerk can please read.
Item number 4 for original consideration, a resolution authorizing the City of Schenectady as lead agency regarding the proposed alienation of parkland located in the Stockade Historic District. Declare that the project will not have a significant impact on the environment.
Discuss in committee without objection on consent. Item number 5, if the clerk can please read.
Item number 5 for original consideration, a resolution requesting that the New York State Legislature enact special legislation alienating parkland located in the Stockade Historic District.
Discuss in committee without objection on consent. Item number 6, if the clerk can please read.
Item number 6 for original consideration, a resolution authorizing the sale of 313 Front Street.
Discuss in committee without objection on consent. Item number 7, if the clerk can please read.
Item number 7 for original consideration, a resolution authorizing the sale of 825 Emmett Street.
Discuss in committee without objection on consent. Item number 8, if the clerk can please read.
Item number 8 for original consideration, a resolution authorizing the issuance of revocable permit number 661 to Schenectady County Community College for a sign that will encroach the city's right-of-way at 108 State Street.
Discuss in committee without objection on consent. Item number 9 will be taken out of order and presented virtually by Councilmember Zalewski Wilsonus. If the clerk can please read.
Item number 9 for original consideration, a resolution recognizing the month of May as Motorcycle Safety and Awareness Month.
Thank you. We have one additional item to be placed on the agenda this evening, item number 9A, if the clerk can please read.
Item number 9A for unanimous consent, a resolution authorizing the sale of multiple properties to Better Community Neighborhoods Incorporated.
A motion to place this on the floor.
So moved. Second.
All in favor?
Aye. Aye.
Aye. I need a motion to place this item on the consent agenda.
So moved.
Second.
Second. All in
Second.
favor?
Aye.
Aye, thank you.
Aye.
If there's nothing more to come before the City Council caucus, I would like to ask for a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, we are
Aye.
adjourned. I would like to call the Schenectady City Council meeting to order for Monday, May 24th, 2021. And I would like to call on Reverend Ronald Hunt for prayer invocation.
Good afternoon. Let us reflect for a moment. First, let me say thank you on behalf of all who are gathered here today. Thank you for the many and abundant blessings we have. Thank you for life itself, for the measure of health we have. We need to fulfill our callings for knowledge, for sustenance, and for friendship. Thank you for the ability to be involved in useful work and for the honor of bearing appropriate responsibility. Thank you as well for the freedom to share and listen to information and counsel from your constituents, which includes the freedom to respectfully disagree with you. Thank you for this democracy, that we all can be heard. A quote from President Kennedy that is timely with Memorial Day approaching. As we express our gratitude, we must never forget that the highest form of appreciation is not to utter words, but to live by them. In ancient books, it is said that citizens ought to obey the governing authorities, since those very authorities were established to promote peace, order, and justice. In present times, things can seem more complex. Therefore, I'm offering prayers for our mayor, the various levels of city officials, and in particular for this assembled council. I'm asking that you would graciously grant them wisdom to govern amid the conflicting interests and issues of our times, a sense of the welfare and true needs of our people, a keen thirst for justice and rightness, confidence in what is good and fitting, the ability to work together in harmony even when there is honest disagreement, personal peace in their lives, and joy in their tasks. I pray for the agenda set before them today. Please give an assurance of what would please you and what would benefit those who live and work in and around our beloved city of Schenectady. Thank you very much.
Thank you. I would like to call on Mr. Palomini to lead the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Ms. Michael, can you please complete the roll call?
Ms. Porterfield,
Here.
Ms. Lucy Walzunas,
Here.
Ms. Patrick,
Here.
Mr. Palomini,
Here.
Mr. Mutivaran.
Present.
Thank you.
We have one out of order resolution this evening, item number 9, a resolution recognizing the month of May as Motorcycle Safety and Awareness Month. And if I can call on Councilmember Zalewski Wilson to present.
So thank you, Mr. Mudavaran. Mr. Lucy's having a hard time getting on. It says it's keep loading and it's spinning. So unfortunately, he's not able. I'm going to see if he can call in. If we can be, if we could wait a moment for him.
What was the name again, Ms. Zalewski Wilson?
It's Andrew Luzzi, Liuzzi.
Okay, he is coming in here now.
Okay,
Yeah, he's on.
he's on. Andrew, you
Yeah.
there? Okay, all right. Mr. President, do I have the floor?
Please proceed.
Okay, thank you. So this is a resolution recognizing the month of May as Motorcycle Safety and Awareness Month. Whereas the motorcycle riding is a popular form of recreation and transportation for thousands of people across the state and nation. Whereas motorcycles are a common and economical means of transportation that reduce fuel consumption and road wear and tear. And it contributes in a significant way to the relief of traffic and parking congestion. Whereas the National Highway Traffic Administration and the Motorcycle Safety Foundation have named May as Motorcycle Safety Awareness Month. Whereas state and motorcycle organizations across the country will be conducting a variety of activities to promote the importance of motorist awareness and safety, sharing the road with motorcycles, and remind riders to make themselves more visible to others. And whereas the city of Schenectady wishes to promote the safety campaign of the National Highway and Safety Administration and American Bikers Aim Towards Education, also known as ABATE, in their effort to ensure the safety and well-being of all. Whereas it is important for motorists to understand the safety challenges facing motorcyclists, such as size and visibility, as well as riding practices like downshifting and weaving that may enable them to anticipate and respond to motorcyclists' behavior. Now therefore be it resolved that the Mayor, Gary R. McCarthy, and the City Council do hereby pause in their deliberation to recognize the month of May as Motorcycle Safety and Awareness Month in the City of Schenectady, and join with the ABATE of New York to remind all drivers and riders that we shall share the responsibility of keeping the roads safe. I'd like to move this.
May I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. The motion is passed.
Aye.
Congratulations.
Thank you. And on the line with us is the president of ABATE, Andrew Luzzi, and I'd like him to be able to say a few words. So Andrew, go ahead.
Thank you, Karen. On behalf of the Albany chapter of ABATE of New York and all the motorcyclists in the Capital Region, we thank you for recognizing May as Motorcycle Awareness Month. And we look forward to working with you to better the conditions that we ride in. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Mudavyan.
Thank you. Approval of the minutes of May 10th, 2021. Motion.
So moved.
Second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Thank you. Ms. Michael, are there any communication and petition?
Yes, communications presented to the City Council for Monday, May 24th, 2021. Under official, there were none. Under general, from Walter Urbanski, an email in favor of the change in the city code regarding off-road recreational vehicles. From PD Boris, an email stating that she was able to access the meeting but could not speak. She has many issues regarding the CDBG spending increase. She also asked for the bid amounts on the intersection improvements at Forest and Francis. Her petitions, there were none.
Thank you. Committee reports from my colleagues. Seeing none, we'll move on to privilege of the floor related to legislative agenda. Does the clerk have any submission for the legislative agenda? And if so, can you please read?
No, Mr. Mutabaran, there were no submissions for legislative agenda.
Is there anyone who would like to speak on this legislative agenda item? Please click on the raise hand icon and I will call on you. Seeing none, I declare this portion closed.
Mr. Mutabaran,
Approval.
someone raised their hand.
Oh, sorry. Jamaica Miles, please proceed.
Yeah, sorry, dog's barking, but I'll keep it really quick. I have great concerns about us passing legislation that's going to further criminalize our youth around dirt bikes and ATVs. It did not go well for the city of Albany and how the residents responded there. I don't see it going well here, that we're going to further negatively impact an already poor community. If we were looking for the safety and well-being of everyone, then we should reach out to the community and look for alternatives other than further criminalizing young people with a lack of resources and opportunity to use dirt bikes and ATVs at a safe location. That's all.
Okay, we'll move on. Can I have approval for the legislative consent agenda? A motion?
So moved.
Second.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you. We'll move on to privilege of the floor regarding general city business. Does the clerk have any submissions for city business? And if so, can you please read?
Yes, from Megan Rose, a teacher at a local daycare, an online submittal regarding the new requirements to mask children starting at the age of 2. She wrote about the discomforts, dangers, and learning issues she foresees for these babies. She asked that Schenectady follows the lead of the county executive of Dutchess County and put out a formal statement of not following such requirements. That is all.
Thank you. If there's anyone who would like to speak regarding city business, please click on the raise hand icon and I will call on you.
I have,
PD Vart,
yes, sir, thank you.
please proceed.
Yes, thank you. I want to congratulate the city on the school board election and it proceeded very smoothly. By 9:30 the next morning, I had the results. Demographics were perfect, every district, nothing but government buildings was used, and it was, I was gratified to see that election go so smoothly. There are a lot of issues there. I want to comment about the fact that our teachers didn't show up for school during this pandemic, but thanks to public television and the people at the proctor, I know that all those students weren't neglecting the city themselves, their education, and for the greater good. They seem to be in every single room that there was to occupy at the proctor, studying everything connected with the arts. I at one time took a course in religion and we went to the proctor to see Jesus Christ Superstar. And some of the people that live in the outlying areas, Twinsburg and areas like that, had never been to the proctor before. They were born in Schenectady and never been to the proctor. So although I have many issues with the CDBG budget, I understand it better now, having listened to public access and knowing what the students were doing with their time. I think that's very good. The gentleman that does soccer around here, he has some investments in Schenectady, and I was at his soccer fields in Colony. I think there are 8 or 10 of them several months ago before the weather set in, and those fields were just full of high school age people. So the youth that were interested in filling their time in with some very healthy activities, physically, mind, body, emotional, all those issues dealt with it properly. If they're that interested, I feel that they were interested enough to keep up in other arenas. And so it looks good, it looks promising. And like a friend of mine said at Metroplex, if you can't make it with all this stuff, I don't know what it'll take. So I'm just saying good luck, and the future is with the youth, and um, having new patrons for the arts around here is very necessary to have any of this happen. Thank you for letting me speak. Good evening.
Thank you. Jamaica Miles?
Hi, a couple quick things. One being that we still continue to have access issues with using WebEx, which is something that has been a problem for quite some time now. And I've specifically had conversations about the fact that Zoom is far more accessible and still has a security protocol that allows this. But here we are still having issues with the community being able to access these calls. And I don't understand why we didn't switch to Zoom sooner. Additionally, while this is a board a board of elections county issue, things did not go smoothly for everyone in the city of Schenectady when it came to our school board elections. There were a number of people that had issues having to go 2 miles outside of their way when there was a closer location. There wasn't good markings around many of the sites. People had issues finding how to get in. Several people went to a location, had to go to other locations, and if they didn't have transportation, they would not have had access. Considering that we have primaries in June and then general elections in November, I would hope that the city and the county look at this seriously, seeing as we want to have a fully democratic process where every registered voter has access and opportunity to cast their vote and have their voices heard, and to ensure that not only do they know where they're going, they know the hours and the time. Schenectady's hours for the Board of Ed was 12 to 9, but in Albany, it started at 7 o'clock in the morning, which was far more accessible. So as we are a democratically run city, let's make sure that democracy actually wins out and that our elected representatives are ensuring that everyone's voice is heard. Thank you.
Is there anyone else who would like to speak with regards to city business? Please click on the raised hand icon. Seeing none, I declare this portion closed. Miscellaneous business from my colleagues.
Mr. Mudavera?
Please proceed.
Thank you. I want to thank my colleagues. I think this was good legislation that was passed tonight. I know that that the abate motorcycle awareness has definitely supported this legislation, and I look forward to the police and having the ability to ensure that we have safer streets. So I want to thank everyone for supporting this. I also want to remind everybody it is a holiday weekend, and there will be less people on the roads, and just take extra caution. And Uber and Lyft are available, so please don't drink and drive. Thank you.
Mr. Mudavera?
Please proceed.
Thank you. First of all, I just want to speak to the item that was on for unanimous consent, where there's parcels that are being combined throughout Hamilton Hill to do some development through BCNI. So it sounds like a good project. I'm just hoping that once everything has been completed, and hopefully that's in short order, we can see some improvement. I appreciate the fact that there's going to be some home ownership involved with that and not just rental units. I think we can all agree that home ownership is something that we want to have happen in our community. And in addition to that, it seems that when people own the property, there's another more of a level of commitment. So I appreciate that there's some home ownership tied to this as well, and not just keeping it rental units in certain income communities. I think that's extremely important. So I look forward to this project being successful and people being able to purchase the properties and the rents being affordable. And speaking about properties, I just want to mention generally to our community members that about trash around the homes, and doing some walking. We're getting complaints from people. We received a complaint, an email regarding the trash and the location of around the houses. The weather's getting warmer. So of course we have to, our garbage is going to accumulate. But if we just keep it in a way that's respectful to our neighbors, I think that's highly important. And because we all live here, we all have to live here. So living in a way that makes your neighbor comfortable as well, it's important. So please, in terms of maintaining the trash, I saw some trash in front of homes. My understanding is that some of it's because people don't have access to their backyards, and that's an issue that I will bring to the council going forward, because that should not be, because there are ordinances about where your trash needs to be kept, and the front yard is not one of those places. And then finally, I just want to, in terms of Memorial Days this weekend, so remembering those who gave their lives for us, and just want to take a minute to remember them, and to say that we are grateful and appreciative. And although I know people will be barbecuing and all of that over the weekend, let's just not remember the real purpose and reason that we have Memorial Day, and let's remember those who we are memorializing those who gave their lives for us, and the armed services. Thank you very much, Mr. McNamara.
Mr. Mudabaran.
Please proceed.
Yes, thank you. Just a reminder, as the weather has been pretty nice and we're entering a holiday weekend, just a lot of complaints about noise and things along those lines. Just please keep your music levels to an appropriate level. Be respectful for your neighbors, and let's just hopefully all have a nice weekend where it's peaceful. Also, starting already is some of the fireworks issues. Just need to remind people that fireworks are illegal in New York State, with the exception of those little sparklers, but those are illegal in Schenectady County. So please also be respectful of that. Also like to just take a few seconds to speak about Memorial Day and the significance of it. We really want to just remember those who have paid an ultimate sacrifice for the privileges and the freedom that we have in our country, that many around the world do not have, and to honor those men and women who have died serving in our military. We want to thank them and their families for everything that they've done, and to just set aside a few moments, and to remember also that there are some celebrations on Monday, both in Vale Park and as well as the Veterans Park across from the county building. But I'm sure there are others in the communities that are nearby. So if you get a chance to go to one, I think it would be well worth your time. Thank you.
Mayor McCarthy.
Thank you, Mr. President. I appreciate the council considering that work with BCNI tonight at the last minute will be announcing more of those details as it progresses. Today, the county put out an announcement where Schenectady County is the #1 county in the state with just under 75%. Those individuals over 18 have received at least one vaccine shot. So we're moving to that level they call herd immunity. Would encourage people who have not taken the opportunity to get a vaccine yet to still do that. They're readily available. It does make a difference, and as we're getting the warmer weather, we're seeing more activity and trying to move the community back to pre-pandemic levels of normalcy. Everybody can play a part in that. And even if you have the vaccine, still wash your hands, cover your face when you sneeze or other things to minimize the potential spread of not only COVID, but colds or other of the more normal things that happen in life. And so it's an impressive thing that we've done here in Schenectady County where we're leading the state, and I know the council has been part of that and helping get the word out, and I appreciate that. I know the county manager and the public health department does also. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you. Motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Good evening, everyone.
Good night.
Good evening.
Good night.